Ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to be talking about one of the best shows this year, and its name is Invincible. Oh, I'm losing my marbles. So the first half of this video, I'm not going to have any spoilers for season 1 or 2. I'll put a timestamp up on screen now when the spoiler talk is going to start happening, because there are some moments I really want to talk about, and I can't do that without spoiling the entire thing, which is a load of nonsense. When Invincible first came out, I didn't really watch it. I had no interest to watch it, and it's pretty much the exact same reason that other people give me whenever I tell them to watch the show. They always say something along the lines of, it's just another superhero thing. And on the surface, I can understand why people think that, but instantly, straight off the bat, as soon as I start watching season 1, I was proven wrong. And the main show I always compare it to whenever I'm trying to convince somebody to watch this is The Boys. I always say The Boys is way more similar to this than like the Marvel Universe and all the other superhero movies are to this. This show isn't all about fighting. This is the story of Mark Grayson, the son of the big famous superhero Omni-Man. We are basically following Mark's story and the doubt that he has at the moment. He is above the age that he should have started getting his powers by now. So naturally he starts worrying that he isn't going to get any of these abilities. And I have to talk about the way they show it, because this is not a spoiler. If you have wanted to watch Invincible or you have seen anything about Invincible, you know Mark gets his powers. But I love the way they show it, because he's working at like Wowburger or whatever the fuck it's called, and he's just bringing out the bins, doing his normal, ordinary, mundane tasks. And as he's about to put the rubbish in the bin, it goes fucking interstellar, bro. I'm glad it was something so like subtle and not like, oh, he's in a life-threatening situation and now all of a sudden he has his superpowers, you know? But I'm not gonna get too much into the story. I'll talk about that stuff later on. Man, this show has so much more to offer than people think. The character development in this show is fucking top-notch, fucking the best of the best, I'd say. Because there are so many characters in this show that just keep getting thrown at you one after the other. And that's what I really like about it. No character feels like left out, because although in season 1 we have Mark and his father, which are like the most powerful fuckers, and any other show would have just solely focused on them and had the other characters just on the back burner. But we spend so much time with these other characters that aren't, you know, Invincible or Omni-Man, and some of those moments are genuinely my favorite moments in the show. And unlike other shows where like these moments would be boring or like you just want to see the main character in action, this show does it in such a way that it is still entertaining. You learn to like these characters. You start caring if these characters die. You start caring when these side characters go through some trauma or trouble. And believe me, brother, there are some traumas in this fucking show, bro. This shit goes dark. If you guys do not know how season 1 ends, please do everything in your power to keep it that way. Because even though I watched the show a year after the fact, I was still in the dark about how this show ended, and I fucking was not ready. It is one of the most brutal, absolutely traumatic things that I have ever seen put to screen. This show takes everything that you would know about a superhero world, everything that you would know about a superhero protagonist, and it fucks it out the window, bro. That no shit's given. There are so many uncertainties in this show too, and usually you have like this side effect of like plot armor to kind of ease your mind about the fact that some characters are okay. You would be wrong. Nobody is safe. No one. So don't get attached to anybody. It's going to be pretty much impossible not to, but try your best. This is a superhero story told in such a heartbreaking way. You have this kid who was growing up, seeing his father all over the news, hearing all the stories about his father going to other planets and defeating alien species, and all he ever wanted to do was live up to his father and be like his father. Everything is in this show. It has the comedy down. It's not like Marvel and it just uses it all willy-nilly just because Ragnarok done well, you know? It is used sparingly and effectively. The emotional beats hit. The drama is top tier. The fucking voice acting, bro, oh my god, immaculate. The main character is voiced by Steven Yeun. He does such a good job in season 1, and season 2, bro, he takes it to a whole nother level. But this show is honestly a much watch. You at least must try to watch it. Give it a chance. For this entire video, I have been trying my utmost fucking best not to spoil anything, but now it is time for the spoiler talk. So I am going to be let loose, bro. I'm not going to be talking about every single thing in the show, so if I miss your favorite part, I'm sorry, I guess. But I'm mainly going to be talking about season 2, because season 1 is not very fresh in my mind. But the one thing in season 1 that I do want to talk about is the ending, because holy fucking shit. Like obviously at the start of the season we have Omni-Man wiping out the Guardians of the Globe, and we as the audience know about it, but none of the characters do. And I guess in a way that kind of adds like some sort of suspense for us. We're like, oh, when are they going to realize it? And we know before the characters know that Omni-Man is not a good guy. So I guess it gives us some like bit of like uneasiness, but me personally, I prefer learning with the characters. I thought it would have been way more effective if we learned that way. Instead of actually seeing Omni-Man kill the Guardians of the Globe, we should have just like had the Guardians of the Globe being found dead, and then later on we see like a video footage or some shit of it and it was Omni-Man, and then we get to see the Guardians of the Globe get fucked up. I personally think that would have been a better way to do it, because then the reveal would have been even more shocking when he is revealed as a bad guy. You know, we would have learned at the same time Mark found out, you know, and it would have been a lot more shocking that way. But even with knowing, bro, even with fucking knowing he was the bad guy, I could not have been prepared for what was about to unfold. Absolutely kicks the fucking shit out of Mark. I can't even understate that, man. He demolishes this man. My guy literally punches Mark through an entire city, causing that city to fucking be in ruin. Mark trying to stop the building from falling, but at the same time trying to save the kid and the mother. But the fact he couldn't even save them, I thought he would have been able to save them, and then, you know, like the rest of the building would have fell down, but them two would have been safe. Well, no, the building literally falls and Mark is just holding this severed arm of the woman he was trying to save. That is fucked. My man has literally been getting the shit kicked out of him the entire first season, non-stop. He is just not able to catch a break. Give my boy a break. And to top it off, the most infamous scene out of the fucking show, when he was holding Mark in front of the train. Oh, I can't even comprehend how fucking cool that is. And the crazy thing is, right, at the end of the season, I sort of understood where Omni-Man was coming from in a way. Not like the way he done it. I don't agree with the way he done it. I do completely understand him as a character, why he would think that way. Like, think about it, right? He is like, what, 1,500 years old or some shit in the show when we first meet him, and his entire life he has been brought up as a Viltrumite from birth. That's all he has known. If you are brought up that way, being the most powerful like civilization in the galaxy, and you get sent to fucking Earth where people break their arms from falling, cut themselves with paper, and only live to be like 80, 90 years old, and are substantially weaker than you, of course you are going to think low of them. The short amount of time that he spent on Earth with Mark's mother and Mark is just a blink in this man's lifetime, so I completely understand why this character thinks this way. Like, whenever you kill a spider, do you feel bad? I don't think you do. Such a powerful ending, and leaves so many questions to be answered. It is the proper way to end the season. Leaves you wanting more, but gives you enough information that you are satisfied in that moment. And then going into season 2 as well, bro, like just seeing Mark and his family deal with this stuff, it's just so human. It's just so raw. It's so good. You see Mark just wanting, like, you see Mark flying around the city, helping people with just his blank expression on his face. Throughout the show, we see him grow and grow and grow, and then eventually at the end of the show, he is like, I need to get stronger. I don't need to go to college. I don't need to do this. I don't need to do that. I need to be strong enough to protect these people against the Viltrumites. He is the only person that he knows of that is physically capable of going hand to hand with these fuckers. So he knows that he is the only defense this world has, which just shows what type of person Mark is. I can't stress enough how good the character development is in this show, and the way they do it as well is so natural and human. Like, this isn't like something that Mark just had like a huge revelation about. This is like questions that Mark has been having throughout the entire second season, and then the final nail in the coffin was when Amber just like got grabbed by the Viltrumite at the back of the neck at dinner, and Mark then realized how powerless he really is against them. He can't save the people he knows and loves the way he is now. We have this whole main character arc, but at the same time we have the villain arc with the guy who can teleport through dimensions. They just work so well in tandem as well. Same with like Eve's character arc too. Rex's character arc, man, he just becomes so fucking cool by the end of this season. We have Martian Man, or whatever the fuck his name is, Shapeshifter. We have Mark's mother. All of these different character arcs work so well in this one season that you don't even realize these arcs are even happening. It's just so natural, and not at one point does it ever feel like one arc is getting too much attention and the other arcs are being left on the back burner. They are equally getting as much attention, but it's happening so subtly that you don't even feel it. And everyone has an understandable arc as well. That's why I really like this show. It's not just like a one size fits all type of thing. It's not like that trope where like, oh, he's evil just to be evil. I hate that shit. It's lazy. Don't get me wrong, it works for some shows and some characters, like say JJK with Sukuna. So like the fact that we get like this whole Omni-Man arc in this show as well, along with the main villain, I don't know his name, something Angstrom, and Angstrom has the ability to go through dimensions, and he soon realizes that in every other dimension Mark chose to go alongside with his father. And when we get glimpses of these fucking universes, bro, it is fucked. Like in the fight at the end of the show with Invincible versus Angstrom, when Angstrom's getting all these visions of all the other universes because all of his multiversal selves have become one person, and then we just see the absolute devastation that Invincible causes in the other universes. So it's very understandable why this Angstrom would want this Invincible to be killed and to pay because of all the other fucking mass atrocities that he has committed to his other multiversal selves. Like the one that literally just rips his daughter's throat out in front of him. What the fuck? Or just walking down like the execution line, just karate chopping people's heads off, man. Whoa. It probably got a lot of people on the side of Angstrom in that way, because it's like, oh, what if he switched, you know, what if he became the bad guy? And then we have Omni-Man's arc, which I really like. Like, don't get me wrong, none of the things he's saying in this season make it okay what he did, you know? Just because he feels bad about it does not mean that it's okay that he did it, but it shows that he is not just a heartless, like, careless fucking being. Then when Mark is visited by a Traxon and is asked to come to their planet, and then you meet his dad there, bro, I could not fucking believe my eyes. I thought he was going to be the big bad of this season, and then he's just casually on another planet with a wife and kid? Bro, like, this show has averted my expectations more than once. This adds a whole new spanner in the works, because after, like, Traxon gets attacked by the Viltrumites, Mark then has to go home to his grieving mother, tell her that he found his father on another planet with a wife and this fucking child that you now need to take care of. Like, how fucked is that? And fair play to her, she does it, and she grows a good connection with this child, to the point that she literally puts her life on the line to protect him, you know? Like, she falls in love with this kid. Whatever effect they try to get with whatever they are showing you on screen, 9 times out of 10 they are getting that same effect. But even just to show how fucking insane this show is with storytelling, like literally like half of an episode, I think it was episode 4, after Mark finds out about his father, there was half an episode that shows what happened after he just like up and left the planet. And most of it is him just flying, and it is fucking heartbreaking. I walked into an avalanche. What a song, man. I have that song on my phone. I like going on walks and listening to it, man. It's such a good song. But like that like sequence was so like heartbreaking, because you see him like so slowly but surely come to terms with what he has done. He literally tries to kill himself by like fucking flying into a sun, and the only thing that stops him was this fucking aircraft that was about to crash into the sun also. And for some reason he decides to go and save them, you know? Like that's the type of like deep character like development I'm talking about. These characters are doing things, and when you dig deeper into it, you can understand why they have like done these things, or why they have changed morally in this regard. They are not spoon feeding you the information. You don't need to be spoon fed. We're fucking adults, which is what I love. It just gives you that like free reign to like interpret it whatever way you want, or dig deeper and figure out why he is acting this way all of a sudden. If that makes any sense. I don't know if I'm doing a very good job explaining this. I'm not like an English major. I have 2 more things I want to talk about now. We have to talk about the Rex moment, bro. After Shrinkway gets eaten and then she tries to expand in the guy, I was like, oh my god, they're doing the Ant-Man thing. They're doing the Thanos butthole thing. I was so excited, but no. My guy literally just tenses up his fucking insides and crushes her inside his body. And on top of that, blows out a blood bubble and says yum. What do you do against that shit, bro? And Kate getting smashed together against her duplicate. But then our boy Rex fucks some shit up. He kills both of the little shitbags. Ends up losing a hand though, which was unfortunate. But he ends up blowing the guy's head up because of it, so that's fun. Gets shot in the fucking head. This is 100% like my favorite like side character moment in the show so far. When he stands up after getting shot in the head, and he turns and looks at the guy and starts screaming, I said, shut up! then proceeds to crush his fucking skull in by beating him to death. Only for like the cleanup crew to fucking come in to see Rex there with blood spurting out of his fucking head. So it's good to see Rex, a character that I didn't really have much faith in whatsoever, start to become pretty fucking sick, because now he has a new robotic arm that just shoots out this giant fucking cannonball. It's so cool, bro. It's so cool. And then the final hurrah is the Angstrom fight. One thing I want to talk about this fight that really annoyed me, and it has to do with the portals. And my main problem with this is Mark. What the fuck, bro? Every single time you have attempted to attack this man, he puts a portal in front of you, like dead on straight. Would you not think at least once to kind of like do a little whoop, 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 go around the fucking thing? Every single time my man just flies straight on as if something different is going to happen. That really annoyed me. Fucking stupid. I like the fact that like they use these portals to kind of make it canon as to why Invincible is in Fortnite. That was really cool, like when he comes out of the portal and just uses one of the snipers from Fortnite to just beat Angstrom. But like when fucking Debbie gets her arm broken, man, I was infuriated, bro. How dare you hurt Mama Grayson? That's against the rules. And I knew shit was gonna go down as soon as Mark came back and seen that, bro. I knew he was about to fuck some shit up. Angstrom has like that fucking weird like extra superpower now somehow, like some exoskeleton or some shit that makes him like just as strong as Mark. Starts bragging about it and stuff, and then Mark is just like pummeling the cunt and then just ends up killing him, which like, to be fair, I don't care what fucking moral high ground you have about no violence or anything like that, but if someone done that to my mother, I'd catch a charge, no fucking problem. I love how when he kills Angstrom, like the first thought that came into my mind when he was pummeling him on the ground, I was like, how are you going to get out of here, you know? When Mark looks down at his hands and he just says to himself like, I thought you were stronger, and he just starts having this existential dread, because of course he does. This is the first person he's ever killed, I'm pretty sure, and on top of that, he's fucking stuck here until the future Guardians of the Globe come back in time to save Mark, which opens a lot of fuckery there. But yeah, I really enjoyed season 2. The big break in between did really fuck it up a lot for me. I hope they don't do that with the next season, but at the same time, they done a fucking phenomenal job with this show, man. They really did. They done such a good job of like building the intensity of the impending doom that's coming when the Viltrumites come to the planet, because we literally see Mark go up against one Viltrumite who wasn't even trying to kill him, and she is leagues above him. But yeah, if you ever recommend this show to any of your friends and are like, oh, I don't want to watch any of that superhero thing, fucking headbutt them. Jesus Christ. In a way of love, of course. Not a violent headbutt, more of like a love headbutt. Because you are trying to gift them this show. You're trying to gift them with the experience of this show. And I think that far outweighs the pain of a headbutt. But yeah, with that said, I hope you enjoyed. Leave a like if you did. Comment down below what you thought of the video. Comment down below what you want to see in the next video. And if you're new here and you like my face, make sure to check out the channel. There's a lot of different variety of content on there. And maybe there's something there that you would like even more than this video. If you enjoyed the video, consider subscribing, because we're on the road to 1K by the end of the year. And we are so close to 700 now. We're on 500 subs, or what? We are 5 away from 700 subs is what I meant to say. Thank you all for watching, and yeah, with that said, it's been EXO, and I'll talk to you all later. Have a good one.